Hey everyone, I'm Erin and welcome to the Cardboard Republic. We have a to be played video. It's already kind of a little bit far into June, but whatever, we still have games to play. Let's go. We did all right in May. Not the best, not the worst month we've had, which is actually both sad and impressive, but let's just go right to the recap. Let's start off with Zephyr. Zephyr is a game about being Airship Batman. You are a vigilante out to fight the airship pirates, even though it seems like it would be more fun, in my opinion, to be an airship pirate, but you know, whatever you want. So Zephyr, we played. I personally didn't play. Ryan played a lot with a bunch of different people. We got, I would say kind of overall positive, but a little bit of a mixed review in there. So I know that he's working on writing that up now and it should be out soon. And then there's Automania. Automania, I also played. This is a game about refining the production of the perfect American and or European car. I was bad at it. Like, shocking, unsurprisingly bad at it. It is not my kind of game, but it was really fun, and it has this really unique, like, kind of tile placement mechanism where each type of car that you can build has its own conveyor belt on your individual player board. And in order to put upgrades on that car, you need to place the upgrades somewhere along that conveyor belt. The conveyor belts for the different types of cars all overlap a little bit, so it makes it a little puzzly, which was cool, to figure out how do I get this upgrade to work for this type of car and this type of car. That's, I would like to say that, you know, the game is incredibly more complex than that, and I think that it is. But that is the only part of the game that I managed to master. So that part was super fun, and I sold some cars, so that went all right, and we played it. Yokohama is a fan favorite, at least amongst the people that I know and have seen online. I'm a little bit of a dissenting opinion here. I think that it is a great game, but it was a little bit too... There was too much going on for me to really get into it. Maybe if I played it again, because I did play it, is the point of this whole thing. Maybe if I played it again, I would have an easier time, but the game was spread out across like the entire table. It took up so much space that in order to take an action on the other end, it was just kind of cumbersome. And I know that that's such a silly thing for a board gamer to be like, I don't want to like reach. But I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it, and there was a lot going on. There was... I really see what people like about this game. I am unsure if, upon playing it again, I will also fall into that. Quests of Valeria is the next game on our list. Quests of Valeria is a game that I did not play. Ryan also didn't play it. This is a game about recruiting a bunch of heroes from a tavern, going on quests. It's pretty lightweight, so we have no excuse. There is no excuse for us not playing this game. No, I'm sorry. Roll Player was our replay game of the month, so that was a game that we had played before that we wanted to play again. I particularly wanted to play Roll Player again because I'd played a lot of Sagrada, which has the same kind of dice arranging, dice placement, but like with a point kind of style. And so I wanted to compare Sagrada, which I really, really liked every time I played it, to Roll Player, which I had only played once, but didn't fall in love with, despite it having the very... almost the same thing going on. Except then I didn't do that. I also didn't play Sagrada again though, so I don't feel too bad. Finally, our card pull game, so the game that we like randomly select to play and review and never actually follow through on, that was Viceroy. We didn't follow through on that. Viceroy is a pyramid-style card game where you're trying to like match up these circles in the corners of all the cards, which is kind of a cool placement thing, and I would actually love to try it again. But with this one, we just never managed to get it to the table. Despite bringing it down for numerous game nights, there was always something new that someone else wanted to play more, and you gotta give the guests what they want. So one of the things that we're running into here is that it is convention season. Origins is right around the corner, and then there's Gen Con and a bunch of other smaller cons in between. So it gets harder and harder to play the games that we set aside because there's so many new hyped games coming in that everyone wants to play those. So we're going to make a better effort in the coming month, and you'll see that soon, to set more realistic goals. But just to recap, that was 3 out of the 6 games that we had hoped to play in May. Like I said, we could have done better. Mistakes were made. And let's move on. Let's just move on. So looking forward / to the present, which is June. Our Indie Spotlight game of June is Tau Ceti. This is a 4X style game where you have a lot of freedom. It can be pretty aggressive. It can be semi-co-op. You can try to go for an economic victory, or you can try to achieve a bunch of other goals. Kind of whatever you want to do with it is something you can do with it, which really does appeal to me because I love big games like that, but I don't always love playing wicked aggressively. So I'm excited for Tau Ceti. Like I said a couple minutes ago, Origins is right on the horizon, and we have a bunch of other stuff going on. So we've tried to keep this month pretty light, I guess, in terms of weight. Tau Ceti is the exception to that. This is definitely a big game. It's going to take a while. It's going to take a lot of table space, which I get. I just complained about games that take a lot of table space. I'm a hypocrite, and I'm excited for this. Beasts of Balance is our next game. This looks so cool. You buy the physical game, but then you also download the app. And unlike a lot of games with apps, this app is really integrated into the whole experience. So it is essentially a dexterity game. You're balancing a bunch of different animal figurines and other symbols on this platform. The catch is that every time you're about to balance a beast, you have to tap its little symbol with the little symbol on the platform. The platform is linked to the app that you have on a phone or tablet nearby. So while you put this like little warthog beast on top of the platform, a warthog appears in the app and it tells you a story about it. You can combine animals using another little glyph that you can balance on top. I made a warthog shark, which was the coolest thing ever. The closest I've been to being a mad scientist in at least 3 months. And I love it. It was so fun. And I mean, yeah, it's not that heavy of a game, but it's just really cool to see the electronic component implemented so seamlessly with the physical component. I think that that's a great avenue for other games to explore, and I'm excited to see where that goes. Then there's Exit, the Secret Lab. This is another escape room game, but I've heard that this whole series, the Exit series, is a little trickier than the other ones that I've tried before. My primary complaint with escape room games, and obviously I have complaints because I'm me, is that they're too easy. It's like if you've ever played a point-and-click adventure game in your life, you're gonna be fine. So I'm hoping that the Exit series, specifically the one we have, the Secret Lab, I'm hoping that that provides more of a challenge. I will let you know. I'm hoping that I'm going to try this at Origins. We'll see. Honshu is also on the list. Honshu is a beautiful little game. You're map building by laying out cards. It's feudal Japan. Everything's very pretty. I have heard nothing but praise for this game. I have been specifically told, Aaron, you're gonna really love this game. I've owned this game for quite a while. Ryan's played this game numerous times. Everyone I know has played this game. I've never played this game. Never. It's like how it took me forever to see a whale, even though I live in New England and I've been on boats like my entire life and I had never seen a whale for like 20 years. It's ridiculous. Honshu, I guess, is my whale. This analogy is kind of getting away from me, but the point is I'm going to play Honshu soon because I'm sick of being left out. I really like whales. Our replay game, so again, it's a game that we've played before that we want a really good excuse to play again, is Alien Frontiers. This was one of the better received Game Salute titles, and it's pretty cool. You are using this dice rolling and dice placement mechanism to like build this colony, explore space. I don't remember. It has been so long that all I remember, one, you could get an upgrade, I think it was, that had these super cool like rocket shaped dice for it, which was neat, and I don't think we did that, but it was really cool. And two, you roll a bunch of dice and you place the dice, and it was one of the first games I had tried that had that mechanism in it. I remember it was love. I was enthralled. I wanted to play more of these, but it's been so long since I've gone back to Alien Frontiers, which I know, you don't have to come at me, is probably not the first dice placement game. I get it, but it is the first one that I had tried. So I want to get this to the table again so badly, and we are gonna do it. Probably. No, definitely. We're gonna definitely do that. Probably. All right, it is time for our card pull. I'm placing Viceroy, the game that we failed at, back into the deck, and then I'm going to shuffle and pull a card. Whatever game I pull is a game that we promise, for real this time, to play and review in the upcoming month or shortly thereafter. Give me a sec. All right, I shuffle it a lot every month. All right, it's shuffled. Medieval Mastery. So Medieval Mastery is this modular style game set in feudal Europe, in France specifically. You're using dice as the units, and there's a card hand management system, and Ryan is certain that I have played it. I do not think I have. Ryan has definitely played it, so we're gonna try it. It looks actually kind of cool, and I haven't played a game like that in a really long time. I have been favoring a lot of much, I don't know, I don't want to say lighter games in terms of game weight, because I don't actually know the game weight or length or anything of this one off the top of my head, but I have been favoring lighter games in terms of theme. So I've been doing a lot of very happy games lately, and maybe I can delve back into the serious for a little while and try this one so that we can go ahead and review it and break our streak of failure. So that is June. I'm pumped, particularly because I already played one of the games that we were supposed to play in June. Don't tell, it's a secret. So I'm really excited because we have a lot of games on the docket this month that I have been wanting to try for so long, and I finally get to. It's a good excuse. We have tried very hard to keep it more manageable this month with some lighter games. The one heavier, 4X style game. But I think that our game load is manageable. So we are going to get to playing all of these. We're going to be playing some of them at Origins. We're going to be playing some of them just in our house like we normally do. And if you have games that you're excited to play in June, please leave it in the comments below. We like to see what you're up to. Otherwise, like and subscribe and hit that little notification button that's like down there somewhere, because it's awesome. You can follow us over on Twitter at Cardboard News and at cardboardrepublic.com. Of course, we have our Patreon too, and we really appreciate any support that you can lend over there. We'll be back again real soon with some more videos. Bye! Beasts of balance, beasts of balance, beasts of balance, beasts of balance. Beasts of balance. Okay.